I'm not gonna lie, I'm straight doomer pilled after Monday. You know, listen. We've seen this coming for a long time. You know, if you've been watching the Mike from PA stream, the Central Committee stream for a while, you know, I've been talking about how Roe v. Wade is toast since before I even started streaming on Twitch. Back when I was on Majority Report, you know, talking to Sam Cedar, you know, I called in and I told them, you know, it's over. It's done. Once Hillary Clinton lost the election, it was done. And the only way we were going to come back is if, you know, somebody really good won in 2020. Ruth Bader Ginsburg didn't die under Trump. She did. And, you know, we were hoping that if Ruth Bader Ginsburg hadn't died and made it to Biden's administration, and then we would have hoped for, quite frankly, an ill-timed death from the other side. That's really what it comes down to. It all goes back to Thurgood Marshall retiring during George W. Bush's presidency for no fucking reason. That's where you can blame the end of Roe v. Wade began there. When Clarence Thomas was put on the court to replace Thurgood Marshall, that was the end of the begin. I mean, that was the beginning of the end. And that was in the 90s, folks, early 90s. So what the fuck is wrong with libs? Like, all I keep saying is Alito being a hero for calling out the Wally legal standing of Roe. It's not mentioned in the Constitution, but murder isn't either. I don't think libs are praising that, are they? Are you saying the moon fell into Lake Michigan? Yeah, we thought the moon was going to fall in Lake Michigan. And, you know, listen, I didn't like Hillary Clinton. She was a very right-wing politician in her career. There's just really no two bones about it. But she was clearly better than Trump. And, you know, I think the world would have been a better place had, you know, Russ Feingold had been able to win the Senate seat in Wisconsin. Katie McGinty had won the Senate seat in Pennsylvania, and Hillary Clinton had won the presidency. Yeah, we'd probably be in a better world now. We would probably be in a slightly better world. But that's just, it is what it is. You know, bad shit happens and it can get a lot worse. So if you're feeling doomer pilled right now, you're probably not in the right state of mind. You know what? You know when I'll be doomer pilled? I'll be doomer pilled when I'm surrounded by, you know, fascist forces and I don't have it, you know, and we're out of ammunition and food. Then I'll be doomer pilled. But until that point, oh no, did a court say something I didn't like? Oh no. Fuck you. Fuck that court. We're going to figure out a way to handle this. We're going to fight for abortion rights. We're going to we're going to do it illegally if we have to. If they ban abortion, sorry, Twitch, I'm helping people get abortions. I'm breaking the law to help women get abortions. Too fucking bad. How's that sound? So, like, that's the situation that we're looking in. You know, so TOS me for that. The Disinformation Governance Board, as a purveyor of falsehoods, dangerous to Homeland Security and contrary to the values of our democracy. Yeah. Didn't you say you were going to perform abortions? This is no joke. I seriously considered becoming an abortionist earlier in my life. This is not a joke. No cap. I'm not even kidding. I was considering being a doctor. Actually, like, law and medicine were both very interesting for me. And I was a biology major. And I was like, no, I'm going to go and I'm going to perform abortions. And you're like, wow, Mike, that's weird. No, it's fucking not. You just don't think about these things at a deep level. Basically, abortions are not magic. You don't go to the abortion machine and they magically happen. Somebody has to do them. And very few people actually do. It's a very dangerous job. It's one of the most highly politicized medical jobs you can do. You know, besides like gender reassignment surgery, being an abortion doctor is one of the most dangerous and fraught and political things you can do in the medical profession. So, like, I don't know. It sounded like something that it appealed to me to help women and to fight against the right wingers and basically be like, fuck you. My life path didn't take me down there, but like I think being an abortion doctor is one of the most honorable professions that you can possibly be. So, like, you know, and if you don't think that, you still have some deeply somewhere in your brain, you have some misogyny going on or some you don't really believe in women's autonomy in the level that you should. You can stock up on Plan B. Plan B doesn't last that long. Here's me on 2018 saying Roe v. Wade is about to be overturned. Oh, shit. You'll never fail. What did I say? Do you guys want to listen to this just for fun? Or should we? Okay, let's do it. We'll listen to this for fun. See if I'm good at predicting things, because this was 4 years ago, a little less than 4 years ago. And then let's finish the Manosphere thing because it's funny. And then we'll come back and listen and see if I made any sense. We'll see if my 4-year prediction, I might have gotten the timing wrong, which is the hardest part of any prediction is the timing.
Women divorces.
But things are going to get interesting in my house. Wife is anti-abortion. Do you have children? Plan B does not work after pregnant. Yes, that's true, but it does work after an accidental cream pie. When I think of abortionists, I always think of Alanis Morissette's character in Weed standing outside the clinic in a bulletproof vest smoking a cig. Yes, exactly. That's fucking balls right there.
Right-wingers banning books they don't like from public.
All right, let's listen to me in 2018. Let's see what this will be pundit accountability. This is what I said in 2018. We'll see if it makes sense.
For you. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Sam. Mike from PA. How are
Mike from PA. It's been too long.
Look how excited he was back then.
I'm pretty good. I just wanted to talk a little bit about
Be right back, Jack.
the implications of the Supreme Court and what we can do to react. So I think everybody needs to just come to terms with the fact that Roe v. Wade is going to be overturned and abortion rights are about to suffer an extreme attack in this country.
Right.
But one thing that people might not know is that a lot of blue states are not safe. For example, Illinois has a pre-Roe ban on the books, and they have a Republican governor. So I would be very concerned about that. That governor is up for election this year. So if you want to save abortion rights, you need to get involved in your state-level politics right now. All in all, according to the Center for Reproductive Rights, 21 states have pre-viability bans, which means bans on abortion prior to viability. So something like 20 weeks or heartbeat bills that have since been blocked by court action, but are still technically on the books. 4 states have outright trigger bans, where if Roe is overturned immediately, every single abortion doctor becomes a felon. So that's going to happen. Yeah. There's no avoiding it. The time to avoid it was 2016. So how do we react? We have to take state legislatures back. We have to take governorships. This is where I focus my attention, personally.
So this is before I stream chat. At the time, I was working on trying to win state legislative election in Pennsylvania, and I talked to you about that election yesterday. You guys remember that election? Do you remember that? Remember that election I brought up yesterday? This is before all that stuff happened to me. Before I was totally blackpilled on the Democrats because they tried to lose the Republican. Imagine focusing on state politics instead of just winning presidencies. You have to do both. Did I call in on a landline? No, this is I think a cell phone. As an example of how voters vote on vibes, my 85-year-old mother who voted for Reagan and would probably have voted for Lamb agreed to vote for Fetterman for me because he seems like a nice enough guy. That vote counts.
And in my career is on state legislature. Here in Pennsylvania, right now the Republicans have a supermajority in the Pennsylvania Senate, and they have a large majority in the Pennsylvania House. We have a relatively progressive governor, Tom Wolf, who's up for election this year. And even if he's reelected, if some bad results happen in the state house.
Oh, what did I say the first five? Okay, I should probably go back. I missed the most important thing I said.
16. So how do we react? So that's going to happen for heartbeat bills that have since been blocked by court action, but are still technically on the books. 4 states have outright trigger bans, where if Roe is overturned immediately, every single abortion doctor becomes a felon. So that's going to happen. Yeah. There's no avoiding it. The time to avoid it was 2016. So how do we react? We have to take state legislatures back. We have to take governorships. This is where I focus my attention, personally and in my career is on state legislature. Here in Pennsylvania, right now the Republicans have a supermajority.
Mark Pinsley's running for PA senator again.
They could overturn his veto.
It's very unlikely he's going to win this time around.
We need to make gains,
right-wing,
even in these small races that don't get a lot of attention. If you're listening to this show, if you're politically engaged, you need to find some swing seats in your state legislature and start volunteering. Kick them $50 because these rights are fundamentally under attack. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, the list of things that I could name, we could take 20 minutes. But hopefully the concept of abortion doctors being stepped on by SWAT teams and put into prison will wake you up. Maybe not. I mean, but please consider helping. For those of us in Eastern Pennsylvania, we have like major races happening. I think we have.
Yeah. I mean, of course I was right. I just saw it that was 4 years ago, and I saw it happening today, and I knew, once the Supreme Court was put into the hands of the far right, they're going to try to dismantle everything of the 20th century. You have an obligation to like, comment, and subscribe.